Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Coach Ernie is going to be talking about chart patterns, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description where you can find Coach's education platform. Enjoy guys.
So I look at the pattern site now on the regular that you mentioned, I think in one of your videos. Now, is there a way to look at this, say I'm looking at this and then be able to say, okay, I see this, and then be able to identify on the pattern site, or you have to go through all the patterns and understand every single pattern in order to identify what's going on?
So first of all, I'll tell you why I like the pattern site. Because it's the only site that identifies chart patterns and then puts statistical rigor to it and context. Those two things are absolutely essential to identifying a pattern. Most people do not care about statistical rigor. They just think it's either going to work or it's not. And they never look at context, ever. They just see a pattern and they think, oh, that's a bearish engulfing. And then they don't pay attention to anything else. And it could appear anywhere. And then they think it's a bearish engulfing when it's not. All right. So those are the first two things. And because of that statistical rigor, he's actually looked at millions of charts with the available context. So the statistics and the efficacy of those patterns is based on both of those things, the context. If you don't have the context, you don't have a pattern.
Got it.
So that's the first thing. I mean, that alone kind of puts you into a different class, right? And it allows you to look at these patterns for what they are and in the proper context, and encourages you to do the same for other patterns that you might see, right? Always think about the context. And in the same way that I drew out all those different scenarios, I want to know what the context is and what's the possible paths that are going, knowing that any one of these can happen. And after seeing them long enough, I'm able to categorize them and know at what frequency that I'm going to see them too. Now, I don't know what's going to happen that day, but it doesn't matter. At least I can then map out possible decisions that I have to make. And so that when the time comes, I know what decision I'm going to make. That's crucial in trading. All right. The other thing is that of all his patterns, I've gone through and tested most of them, even more so as an algorithmic trader. And I found that most of them are just total bullshit. They're no better than a 50-50 coin flip. And when you take into consideration slippage and commissions, they're actually less than 50-50. However, his top 10 patterns, of which 2 or 3 of them are kind of opposites. So in other words, there's a bull version and a bear version. They're worth looking at because they do have efficacy a little bit above a standard deviation. In other words, they are right a little bit more than 67% of the time. And so they're worth looking at when you see them. Okay, so I only look at the top 10. Third thing is that I never use them as my deciding factor. They're always tertiary indicators for me, confirming, right? So I don't actually use them to make decisions until the other stronger pieces of evidence like volume profile and volatility and all that stuff plays out. Then I look at it as perhaps a confirming indicator that will give me a little bit more confidence to make a decision.
Thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button below. If there's any questions that you might have for Coach Ernie, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Thanks guys.